Ticker LIT, lit, lighter. What did the rappers say? They say it's lit.
It's lit. Haha, it's lit. It's lit.
Recently just did a buyback, another 65K buyback in Q1. Lighter completed around $9.56 million in buybacks. And in Q2 so far, it has already done around 3.7 million. And honestly, one of the best things Lighter did was build an automatic buy bot, because now these buybacks are no longer dependent on manual team action. On screen that you could see the buyback growth here and how much the team has bought back Lighter. I think this project, I've covered it multiple times on the channel here. I think this project is going to do very well. I'm very conservative in my targets, but people are calling for much higher for Lighter. So when we spoke about Lighter, we spoke about it multiple times on the channel. We recently spoke about it today. Let me actually go into this. Today is the 27th of May 2026, and we made this video private or unlisted for the Patreon private members many days before the date that is shown here. If you guys could see that, can I move my head out the way? But this video was public to YouTube on May 18th, 2026. But it was, again, private and shown on Patreon before. Lit Lighter at the time was at 87 cents, 88 cents at the time. And I made a video diving into how I think it's a good time, or I would think it is very strategic and very wise, because I spoke about it many times in the past. I said it was very wise to start dollar cost averaging into this project. Even in the thumbnail, I was like, is it over? Is it, you know, buy the fear, DCA on the fear, right? But that's how you have to, that's what you have to do to be successful in this space. You have to be greedy when others are fearful, like Warren Buffett says. So when Lighter was on its pullback, I was like, okay, I'm making this video, putting it out for the patrons, letting them know, hey, now is very strategic. Now it's very wise to start to, you know, dollar cost average, or I would say get exposure to Lighter on this dip, on this recent, I would say, crash at the time. And from since then, we've seen Lighter move on to make a move around 50% from when we spoke about it on that, you know, pullback level. Let's go to the trading view over here. As you can see from here, let's zoom out a bit. Okay, so this is on the 24-hour chart. Okay, so around that 87 cent level, we saw Lighter make a move 63% actually, because it made it all the way up to $1.45, and now it's on a pullback at $1.16, as we could see on screen right here. Right here, it's at $1.16. So what does that mean? What would you do in this case when you see a pullback, when you see fear? When you take a look at CoinMarketCap here, you see the fear and greed index is at 35 in fear, and Bitcoin is under 75K. You see Lighter recently had a 60% move, and it's pulling back right now. What would be the decision to make, right? What would you do, right? I personally would think it would be wise to do what? To dollar cost average, to get exposure to the dips. If you never got exposure to the project, you felt like you missed it, now would be a good time to start to get exposure at $1.16, because guess what? Now you're not buying at $1.45, and you're reducing your average. Even if you're not buying the exact bottom, you're never going to be perfect in this space.
Mark, look, I made a mistake.
Mistake?
Yes.
You're never going to be. Just take that out of your head right now. You just have to be on point. You just have to be as best as you can be. So now, in my opinion, would be a good time to start to get exposure to Lighter, or if you already have exposure, you want to get more exposure, like, dang, I didn't expect it to take off so quickly. Now, in my opinion, would be a good time to do so.
Hi.
Okay.
Obviously, nothing is guaranteed. This is not financial advice, but you know, I see so many calls for Lighter here. I'm gonna show you guys some charts from other analysts. I'm not an expert analyst or anything. Like I said, I trade psychology. My key indicator is the fear and greed index. When it's fearful, I'm like, okay, good time to DCA. When it's in greed, good time to take profits. Simple. I try to keep it simple. So as you could see, Lighter at $1.16. You could probably see maybe a little bit more for pullback, and then we find a bottom and start to move up again for Lighter. It's possible, right? But a lot of targets I see for Lighter are going from $5, which I was saying in my previous videos, $5 to $10 to even $20, right? This is more of a size play because it's a larger market cap. It's at $1.16 billion in FDV. So if we're just going off FDV, you could see 5 billion FDV, which is very realistic. 5 to 10 billion in FDV. I think that is very realistic of a market cap. Have value accrual that do buybacks, that have, you know, users and users that actually add to the revenue. Because remember, when we broke this down, if you want to see my breakdown videos, just search Crypto Spaces Lighter or LIT. Just search that on YouTube and you're going to see all the videos. Crypto Spaces Lighter. You're going to see all the videos a month ago, right? And, you know, you'll see my deep dive videos as well. So this was the hidden gem. This was April 22nd, 2026. Okay, so just go through that and you'll see why it's so why it's such a powerful project, why I have conviction on it. And I like I said, guys, I think because what the project provides as far as the stocks or RWA listings, because they also list RWA projects. I recently saw someone on my timeline say they listed a project called Rail, and instantly that made them a fan, right? Here it is, Rail. So someone is bullish on Rail. They listed Rail as a perp listing, and that made them a fan, and their followers saw that as well. So again, in the future, I wouldn't be surprised you'll see a bunch of projects, you know, rushing to get listed on Lighter, similar to how projects get listed on Hyperliquid. This is the decentralized perpetual DEX, so you can do leverage and shorts on stocks, which is RWAs, real world assets, crypto, memes, you name it. And their platform is very smooth, I should say. They have a great user interface as well. So like I said, I think this project is undervalued for where it's at, and I think multiples are possible here. Just don't be a moon boy, be conservative, stack your wins, guys, right? You know, but could you hold this for the long term? Yes, you can. But again, if you are up multiples, take some profits, take out your initial investment, and leaving a percentage of that for the long term. From Semi Fury here, we have previously said for lit, if it $1.34 breaks, momentum will accelerate. It was spot on, and that structure flipped. In potential market pullbacks, however, our high volume support is $1 at exactly $1, and a powerful reversal at 80 cents. Here you go. From Semi Fury, his long-term target for Lighter is $40, and it's absolutely not a pipe dream, right? So right now we're seeing that pullback here, as we can see. We're seeing that pullback to $1 on screen, which is at right now. So don't be greedy. Don't be a bear, because bears could be greedy too. Just like how bulls could be greedy to the upside, bears could be greedy to the downside. So don't be greedy and wait for $1 or under $1. I would say, since it's on a nice dip right now from that $1.47 or $1.45 move down 20%, now's a good time to get some exposure to it. You see, Semi Fury says it could have a move to $40 in the future. Okay, that's insane to think about. That's a 40x from $1. That's insane. Think about that, right? But obviously, you take profits on the way up. Okay, this is from Viking here. Regardless of how you put it, lit looks great, and his first target here is $5 per lit. His first target for Lighter here is $5, and again, see at $1.26, he says, wow, this looks great. It's at $1.16 now. I think it's a good time for entry personally, and just don't overinvest. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. But man, people are calling for $10 above my target of $10. They're calling for $20, even $40. Like, and it could happen. This is crypto, right? As the project gets more users, they get more revenue, they do more buybacks. It's a positive feedback loop and a flywheel for the project. This is what you have to look for in projects now. Is there some type of way for them to maintain demand? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you found value in the video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and to get early access to all the content and early alpha. As you guys can see on screen right now, can you see right here? Over in where my cursor is at, we called serve at $1.05, which went on to do around a 4x move, almost a 5x. I think it's going to give a 10x. And here's the date right here, May 6, 2026, when the video went public. It was on Patreon before that, many days before. And we also call Venice right here at $1.45 on the channel. And this was public to YouTube at December 21st, 2025. If you want access to early alpha like that, early content, access to my private Discord where me and the CS community, the Crypto Spaces community, get together, share our own insights, and navigate the space as a unit here. I always think it's better to navigate the space with a community instead of being by yourself. Two heads are better than one. Highly recommend you join the Patreon, guys. Link to that is in my channel bio. Just click my channel name or my profile picture. It takes you to the first link right here. Join the Patreon. We already have 71 members in the Patreon, and it's only $5 a month. But please be aware that that will be locked in the future once all of the spots are filled for people that join at ground zero in the journey from the start. Once those $5 spots are all filled, it will increase to $10, and we'll continue to take over. We'll continue to crush it, guys. So I appreciate all the support. Always remember to give praise and glory to the Lord God Jesus. Thank God for everything. Without him, we are nothing, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.